She flooded my cabin to teach me a lesson. Now 32 families drank poisoned water. My name's Jake, I'm 34, and I work remote from a cabin I inherited when my grandpa died last year. It's 5.2 acres in a Colorado mountain community, with a well that sits 250 feet deep on my property, the only water source for 32 HOA homes. Patricia Davis, the HOA president, hated that my family controlled something she couldn't. 3 months ago, she sent her crew to my drainage line without permission and packed it with concrete and gravel, claiming my runoff was damaging community landscaping. Within 18 hours, my basement flooded with 8 inches of water, and what Patricia didn't know was my grandpa stored old pesticide containers and mineral spirits down there in the 1970s. The flood cracked them open and sent chlordane and trichloroethylene straight into the groundwater, feeding the well 40 feet away. I called a remediation company, shut the well down, and contacted county health. My cameras showed Patricia's crew blocking my drainage on April 3rd at 9:20 a.m. By April 6th, 19 families reported nausea and severe diarrhea, and by April 8th, 6 people were in the ER, including 2 children under 5 and Patricia's own husband. The county issued an emergency water ban, and Patricia tried blaming me for improperly storing hazardous materials. I handed them my remediation report, camera footage, and a signed statement from her foreman, admitting Patricia ordered him to block that drainage and don't ask questions. The investigation took 11 days and concluded Patricia's interference directly caused the contamination. She offered $35,000 to settle quietly, but I'd already hired an attorney because this wasn't just my flooded basement anymore. I filed for $180,000 in property damage and remediation costs. Then the 32 families filed a class action against the HOA for $1.2 million in medical expenses and punitive damages. The HOA's insurance refused to cover intentional acts, so Patricia was personally liable. She lost her position. The HOA entered a consent decree requiring county oversight for 5 years, and I settled for $55,000 plus a permanent injunction barring anyone from touching my property. I rebuilt the drainage with a monitored backflow valve, upgraded the well filtration, and rewrote the water easement. So every household now pays me $1,100 per month. That's $422,400 yearly, with a clause that any HOA interference voids the contract, and they lose access immediately. Patricia moved out 6 months later. Her husband still won't make eye contact at the grocery store. Every month when those payments arrive, I remember the day she flooded my cabin to teach me respect and ended up poisoning everyone she swore to protect. Comment what you'd do if your HOA poisoned their own neighborhood.